Hello and welcome to the Decibel Boost podcast, the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution. I'm your host, Robert, the only person on this podcast to ever go platinum with no features. And with me, I have...
I'm disturbed. I'm depressed. I'm inadequate. I got it all. Alex.
And...
I'm the person that got snubbed for best rap album.
Oh! Yeah, come on.
Where's my mixtape? Where's my mixtape? It should be number one. It should be nominated alongside.
Dude, he got it produced by, Filthy Frank. Not to mention, that mixtape, again. Sure, it didn't go platinum with no features, but still.
You needed Pink Guy on there for a collab, then it would have gone platinum.
So, you might be wondering why there's this little surprise Quickie thing when we said we'd be taking some time off to, plan our end of the year stuff. Well, I probably should have seen this coming just so I could have planned, but I didn't think it would happen while we were off. Apparently, the Recording Industry Association, whatever association is in charge of the Grammys, have released their annual list of nominees for the 59th Annual Grammy Awards. Because apparently Grammys still matter, air quotes.
It's a Grammy. Okay.
The Grammys can suck it.
Indeed they can. But, we like snarking and making fun of things, so we decided that we're going to give you this, little treat to tide you over. This will be your calamari before your crab legs reach the table.
Or steak.
I'm pretty sure I lost the metaphor, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
Now I want some steak. Curse you, Mark.
We're on the surf and turf.
Ooh, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe I can get some after work tomorrow. So, we're just going to go down the list of... We're not going to list every category, but we are going to hit the ones, perhaps, of the most note to us.
Translation being... We're not going to cover all 700 categories. We're only going to talk about the ones we care about.
Right.
Yeah, we're not gonna do best Americana album or bluegrass or that shit. So don't expect that.
Yeah, what are
they're not ever going to be on TV anyway. They're not ever going to be on TV anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be like the Game Awards, where like half of the shit's given off screen. By the way, did anybody listening to this, did you catch the fucking music performances at the Game Awards last week? Yeah, sure, they invited fucking Ray Shremmer to perform Black Beetle, but that Run the Jewels performance, and even better, Mick Gordon playing the Doom soundtrack live, just so good.
That was just, c'est magnifique, as the French say.
That reminds me, I should probably Mark, I gotta send you, the live performance of RTJ, man.
Alright.
But that can happen after this is over. So, we're going to save the general, field, as they say, the general field nominations for last. We're going to start off from the pop field and then, of course, work our way through. So, starting from the pop field. First category is Best Pop Vocal Album. Our nominees are Adele's 25, Justin Bieber's Purpose, Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande, Confident by Demi Lovato. Wait, who?
That Disney girl.
One of them.
Isn't that Ariana Grande, though?
She is a Disney girl, too.
Wait, no.
But,
Ariana she's Nick. Fuck. I don't know, man. All this shit blends together, but...
Demi Lovato was the one who dated Joe Jonas. Don't ask how I know that.
That was Taylor Swift. I'm
sure she did, too.
Okay.
Back on track.
I'm not going to fucking Mac Miller, so there's that.
Okay, back on track. Confident by Demi Lovato, and finally Sia's This Is Acting. I'll admit, Adele's 25 is the only album I've heard from this category, and quite frankly, the only one I think I'd want to, apart from Sia. So I'm going to say that's the one I'd be rooting for to win. I like Adele. She does some pretty good stuff.
I'm going to go with Adele as well, only because Lady Gaga isn't on here because of their stupid freaking eligibility loophole.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know how the Grammy nominations work, the eligibility period goes from October 1st of 2015 to September 30th of 2016. So September 30th of this year. Which means... This is how Taylor Swift's 1989, which came out in 2014,
won so many awards in 2016.
Oy vey. Although, on the bright side, again, at least Joanne will probably make it to next year. And, even then, this kind of stipulation can sometimes be complete and total bullshit. We'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. But anyway, up next, Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. Closer by the Chainsmokers. God, I hate we live in a world where they actually count as pop stars now. Can I just say that?
And the fact that music sucks.
Speaking of music sucks, also nominated 7 Years by Lucas Graham.
Oh, that stupid something important bullshit song.
Ugh. And then Rihanna featuring Drake. Work, 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 work. I think that's how the song goes. I don't know. Cheap Thrills by Sia featuring Sean Paul. Even though I kind of like Sia, I'm so sick of hearing that song at this point. And then kind of I guess you would call this the odd one out, just because stylistically it's the, I guess, least attached to the others. Stressed Out by good old 21 Pilots.
Okay. I have a serious question. I hear 21 Pilots on the radio all the damn time. I hear them at work all the damn time. Why do people like 21 Pilots?
I don't... Okay, I'm trying to think here, because I tried listening to the 2 songs of theirs that were really big in the past year. The main gist of them I get is that they sound exactly like the kind of band that would be formed by people who never grew out of listening to, Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco. But even then, it doesn't sound anything like that. And, by the way, can I just mention how weird it is that it's 2016 and the record label Fueled by Ramen can claim pop cultural relevance again, thanks to 21 Pilots?
I forgot they exist.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah. I don't get the appeal. At all.
Neither do I.
There's people that like My Chemical Romance, I think.
But at least My Chemical Romance were, really good musicians and songwriters, all things considered. I mean, granted, I only really like one album of theirs. That's just me. And then, let's see. Best in the field. That's moving on from the pop categories, the ones that we recognize and give a shit about. There's one I want to touch on in the dance and electronic music field. That is Best Dance Electronic Album. Now, I'll admit, a few of these I'm not wholly familiar with, but there were 2 of note that got nominated. There was Skin from the electronic music artist Flume, and then the one that's perhaps of most relevance to the 3 of us, the new Tycho album, Epic.
Yeah.
All right, that's impressive. All right.
Yeah, they actually nominated someone that people actually have heard of and listened to.
And somebody from Ghost International.
And someone who's good.
Yeah. And by the way, in case you missed that, yeah, apparently Tycho... I actually think we talked about this several episodes ago on the podcast when he released a new song called Epic, and then he started teasing a surprise album release literally 2 days before the album came out.
Isn't it pronounced Epoch, though? Like the Periphery song?
I don't know, man. Do I look like I know words?
No, you don't.
Exactly. All right. Now, moving on to the next category. This is where Alex and I are going to have some strong opinions. We are now in the rock field. Obviously, the 2 of us are rock music fans ourselves. Mainly more on the metal end, but, still rock. Okay, so for Best Rock Performance, we have Joe, live from Austin City Limits by Alabama Shakes. That band that's too white for even the whitest white girls at Starbucks. Then we have Don't Hurt Yourself by Beyonce featuring Jack White. Yeah, they nominated Beyonce in the rock category. And, I actually tried to listen to the song to see if I could glean something. Although that was kind of hard to do, because obviously it's exclusive to titles. So, trying to hunt around for a YouTube link is a fucking... In the words of Silver the Hedgehog, it's no use! But I did find a link. Yeah. And, I mean, it kind of sounds like a extremely poppy version of a Swans track, like a current period Swans track. other than that, I'm not sure I really see the rock aspect, outside of maybe Beyonce being somewhat more boisterous and aggressive in her vocal performance. Kind of like, I don't know, a 70s or 80s rock star, but that's kind of a stretch, personally speaking.
Well, it makes as much sense as that as it does her showing up on the Country Music Awards.
Oh yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Yes, it was a thing that happened.
Oh yeah. Her song Davis got rejected by the Grammy committee or some shit like that. I guess Beyonce can't hold them all.
But continue.
And then up next, we have probably the one that I'm clearly rooting for, as well as I imagine Alex as well, Black Star by the late, great David Bowie.
Give that man another Grammy, even though he's dead.
And I'm not just saying that because he's dead, because it really is a great song, like, even if you factor his death out of it.
Great song off a great album.
And on the exact polar opposite of great song off a great album, you know, we have Disturbed. Yes, that Disturbed, nominated for a Grammy for The Sound of Silence. And in case, for those of you who need a quick reality check, yes, we are in fact talking about that Sound of Silence. You know, hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. These fucking bastards covered that goddamn song and turned it into what is basically the world's most annoying funeral dirge. And you know, what good are the Grammy nominator the voting base for the Grammy Awards? What good are they if they can't even be snobbish enough? Aren't they supposed to be exactly snobbish enough to prevent a band like Disturbed from getting a nomination?
Well, it did give Beyonce a rock nomination, so sense has been thrown out the window.
Yeah, but at least I could, get how a snob could justify that. How does a snob justify dominating nu metal asshats?
It's the Grammys. Does anyone really care?
And then last but...
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds. And then last but not least, we have another 21 Pilots track nominated, Heathens. This one you might remember from the soundtrack to Suicide Squad. You know, that movie that you totally watched. No one watched it.
Grammy too.
21 Pilots.
And now, moving on to Best Metal Performance. This is obviously where me and Alex are going to have even stronger opinions.
Oh, yeah.
Now, trying to recover for the second year in a row from that disastrous 2015 awards, where the nominees were completely detached from, what anyone would be listening to, apart from maybe Slipknot. This year's nominations, strangely sort of relevant. I mean, granted, they nominated, Korn and Megadeth. Korn with Rotting in Vain, and Megadeth for the title track off Dystopia.
Wasn't that good of an album?
It was not. Anyway, the other three nominations, we have Shock Me by Baroness, which, I gotta admit, I didn't like that album. I really don't get the appeal of Baroness. They're just kind of like Diet Mastodon to me. That's just me. Then Silvera by Gojira, which was, probably the only good song off of the last Gojira album. Seriously, Magma was such a disappointment. And then last but not least, the one that I'm sure Alex and I are both rooting for to win, The Price is Wrong, by Periphery.
Yeah, they finally got a nomination.
They nominated a band that metalheads nowadays actually listen to.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me and you and all of us, the Grammys just don't care about metal. They have buried the metal performance Grammy since day one by giving the first metal Grammy to Jethro Tull over Metallica in 1988.
Still the most famous Grammy blunder of all time.
Just these people at the Grammys have buried their metal award so far below the ground. Only people who are into metal care about it. Not, people who actually like written music by actual musicians. They don't even televise it anymore.
It's like, what's even the point?
These fucking people.
They do it to fuck with you.
Oh,
Remind me, Mark. Because they're going to be fucking with you in a few categories down.
but we'll get to that.
And for Best Rock Song, we of course have Black Star by David Bowie, Burn the Witch by Radiohead. In a nomination that I'm sure will make Alex a little bit happy, Hardwired by Metallica.
Yes, it does make me happy.
Then Heathens, once again by 21 Pilots. And finally, the odd one of the bunch, My Name is Human by the band Highly Suspect. It's an alright song. Don't really know much about the band, but, you know.
Once again, I have to call into question the weird eligibility loophole in place that the Grammys has, because Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct, ineligible for a Grammy this year, just like Lady Gaga's Joanne. Yet, however, Hardwired, which was released as a single back in August, is eligible. Make of that whatever the hell you will.
Life is very strange.
The Grammys are weird.
And then last but not least, for Best Rock Album, there's California by Blink-182. Tell Me I'm Pretty by the band Cage the Elephant. I haven't listened to them in like forever. Magma by Gojira, which just no. Why would you nominate their weakest effort? Why?
Because they don't have a best metal album category, so you just had to combine it.
Yeah. Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco.
Because they're still a thing.
Somehow. And finally, the latest self-titled album from the band Weezer. What is this, like their 5th one already?
I think it's their 15th.
Anything makes sense at this point. There's only one set of categories in the alternative field for Best Alternative Music Album, and the nominees are 22 A Million by Bon Iver, hashtag who the fuck is Bon Iver?
Bon Iver, actually.
Who cares? Iver sounds more pretentious and fancy.
And French.
Black Star by David Bowie, which very clearly should win. The Hope 6 Demolition Project by PJ Harvey. I feel like I've heard of that person, but I have no clue who they are. Post-Pop Depression by, Iggy Pop. That collaborative album he did with Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, which I still haven't listened to yet. And I probably should have by now, because I like me some Josh Homme and Iggy Pop. And last but not least, the newest studio album from one of the eternal musical banes of my existence, A Moon-Shaped Pool by Radiohead.
Radiohead's probably going to win, but let's just be glad 21 Pilots is nowhere to be found here in their actual category.
Look, I just never got why... I never got how people liked Radiohead unless they were, really extremely pretentious. Okay, have you ever seen that guy in your MFA Twitter account? The one that's, a funny-ass parody of, every overly pretentious, literature college student? Because Radiohead is Radiohead is like if that asshole started a band. That's all I can really say. Also, Tom York needs to shut up.
Hey, for what it's worth, OK Computer is a good album.
I'm sorry, what?
For what it's worth, OK Computer is a pretty good album.
You're only saying that because they use one of the songs from it in the end credits for Ergo Proxy.
It's a really good album. Seriously.
Whatever, we're not going to get into this right now. But what we are going to get into, and this is where Mark gets to have opinions.
Oh, shit.
We are now in the rap field. So, you want to kick off, with the nominees for Best Rap Performance?
Well, of course. Best Rap Performance, no problem. Chance the Rapper featuring Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. That song is mildly decent. I mean, Chance is a right rapper, but alright. Panda by Designer, aka Future 2.0.
And this is how you know the Grammys are bullshit. Again, you'd think they would be exactly snobbish enough to not nominate this shit.
Just wait, we've only just begun.
Well, we'll be thankful they didn't nominate Ray Shrimmer for something. Okay, carrying on. Pop Star with Drake featuring The Throne. It's bullshit because it's basically Jay-Z doing 2 lazy ass lines of Kanye doing the verse. Or to be fair, Kanye's only as he made the song terrible because pop style sucks. Channing Tatum. The guy changed call me Channing Tatum, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All the way up. Fat Joe and Raymond feature Fresh Battalion and Infrared. That song actually kind of decent, to be honest. I kind of fuck with that a bit. And last but not least, that part, Schoolboy Q featuring Kanye West. And out of all those songs there, I actually like that part more, to be honest.
That was a surprisingly good album, actually. Schoolboy Q one.
Yeah, yeah. That one's decent. But yeah, I say that out of all these songs out of here, if I had to choose one to win, the one I want to win, it'll be that part. I wouldn't mind that win. But no, the Grammys, it might go to Drake. Because they all love fucking views, which I don't fucking get.
Neither do I.
Yeah. And now on the best rap song performance. And the nominees are Freedom, Beyonce featuring Kendrick Lamar. Alright. The meme song, Hotline Bling with Drake. Broccoli, Drum featuring Lil Yachty. And okay, damn. Well, if you like the drum verse of that song, it's alright, but
why do people like Lil Yachty?
Yeah, I don't know. Blame Double XL for that shit.
If they give the award to that song, they should just split the award in half and just give it to Drum
and his dog.
Yes. In fact, Drum, if you're listening, please tell me you go to the award show with your dog. But bring that adorable. Seriously, he has the most adorable ass poodle. It kind of looks like the poodle owned by Victor from Yuri on Ice.
Oh, Maka-chin.
Topical.
Good dog.
Yeah.
And that's nominees, which, oh damn. Ultralight Beam, Kanye West featuring Chance the Rapper, Kelly Price, Kirkland, The Dream.
Why?
Okay, to be fair, that song is, well, I don't know. I don't hate it, meh. And then the last one, Famous, Kanye West featuring Rihanna.
I made that bitch famous.
Oh, okay. Time out. Fault on the field. How does Kanye West, with 2 leading tracks, get 2 nominations in the same category?
Hell if I know.
Isn't there some kind of rule against that?
Dude, they nominated Beyonce and Disturbed in Best Rock category. We've established there's no quality control here.
Right. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would go for Best Rap Song, but then again, y'all got the same nominees I said earlier, All the Way Up, then Famous, then Hotline Bling, Ultralight Beam. Oh yeah, and No Problem. No need to go on that. Who not even going to win on this? I'm skip that. Anyway, last but not least, Best Rap Album, Coloring Book, Chance the Rapper, which I still didn't listen to because I ain't heard that because, first I heard was alright. Anonymous Nobody, De La Soul.
Wait, De La Soul are still around?
Yeah, they did that. They did this album this year because I think they did a Kickstarter for the album. I heard some good things about it. I'm gonna listen to that probably in the future. Major Key by DJ Khaled. What the fuck?
No. You're saying it wrong. It's DJ Khaled.
I'm still close about that shit.
God.
I want to interrupt for a minute just to say I don't get I get him as a meme, but I don't actually get why anyone would want to listen to any of his music. Because to me, especially a full album from Khaled, because to me, Khaled is like the asshole in a high school group project who does as little work as possible, but still gets to claim a pretty good chunk of credit.
He didn't produce most of the shit. And the thing is, I listened to the album, only 4 songs I gave a shit about out of the album of 15 tracks. Was it 14? Either way, the album sucked. Moving on. Views by Drake, or Ambient album.
Album was so boring.
LP. Yep, so fucking boring. Blank Face LP by Schoolboy Q, which
was a pretty good
Actually,
album.
I gotta hope I hope either that or they are so the win. And, oh shit.
What?
The Life of Pablo, Kanye West. Oh boy. This is a hot mess of an album.
Emphasis on mess. Like, okay, say what you will about Kanye's music, but at least, and I'm gonna say, like, at least up until 808s and Heartbreaks, held together as, like, cohesive artistic statements. But, like, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, and especially Life of Pablo have been just such incoherent loads of crap.
Actually, I think Airways of Heartbreak is his worst album, to be honest, because I couldn't get through that shit most of all. Yeezus is second worst. Yeezus is the second worst album because looking back at them, like, oh wow, this is a very coherent mess. You got people I like on this album, just like Pablo. You got people I like on this album, and it's a hot mess. Like, you got Madlib on the Life of Pablo. I was sad when I heard Love from the Wars in LA, and yet, well, that song I like. The rest of it is just not that great. Even that damn Far Stretch My Hands, which 1 minute, it is like, oh, the lyrics came, and then without that song, with that song, you birthed the one and only Designer. Yeah,
It's very clear. Kim did not become a West. Kanye became a Kardashian.
And how? Okay, then there's, a bunch of categories that, nobody really gives a shit about, and other,
Yeah.
Although there's one,
Yeah.
there's another I wanted to touch on, and this is underneath the banner of Music for Visual Media Field.
Oh, I want to get to that.
Specifically, Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media. And the nominees are Thomas Newman for composing the score to that movie Bridge of Spies. That one really pointless Steven Spielberg movie. I barely remember it. Second nominee, the one that actually won the Academy Award for Best Original Score at the last official, Academy Awards.
Right.
Ennio Morricone's score for Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight.
Great movie, great soundtrack. I got it on vinyl.
Damn right.
Love that score.
Third nominee, Alva Noto and Ryuichi Sakamoto for their score to The Revenant, aka the movie that gave Leo his first Oscar win.
Finally.
Also a great movie. Also a great soundtrack.
Then, I'm probably going to paint a target on my back with my lack of enthusiasm for this nominee, but John Williams for Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Okay. The score is decent.
It's like his weakest score I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was. There's not Duel of the Fates worthy.
Pretty much.
Then we have a discrepancy.
Yeah. The last two nominees, which are literally from the same property, we have volumes 1 and 2 of the soundtrack to Netflix's Stranger Things, composed by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein of the band Survive. How does that work?
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, I get. Just
Yeah. Scoring was good too. I like that score from there, and I checked out most of their other work, and I like what I hear.
Yeah, but again, this is kind of like with the Kanye thing. Why would they nominate him twice?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
I mean, just nominate it under the entire banner of just the whole series soundtrack and be done with it. And now, with all that out of the way, we're moving back up to the general field. The very top. The cream, air quotes, of the crop. Air quotes. So, we're going to go bottoms up from here. First off, the award for Best New Artist. The nominees this year are Kelsey Ballerini, who I don't know who that is.
Bunch of singer, don't care.
The Chainsmokers.
Oh, yeah.
Chance the Rapper.
Eh.
Maren Morris.
Yeah.
And finally, Anderson .Paak.
Please let him win. Please.
I am rooting for him as well.
Please, because he's not for two categories, and I know, he's for best urban contemporary album, but I know Beyonce got that on lock, so there's a hope for that. But please, don't fuck this up. Let the one with the most who make good music this year win.
Now, for the next category, Song of the Year. The nominations: Formation by Beyonce, Hello by Adele, I Took a Pill in Ibiza by Mike Posner. By the way, can we just say how weird it is that it's 2016 and Mike Posner can claim relevance again? Strange times.
What's this?
Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. Sorry, I got a lump in my throat for a bit. I can't say that without coughing. And last but not least, 7 Years by Lucas Graham.
Don't you mean least?
I guess technically here I'm rooting for Adele.
Yeah. But by principle, I have to root for the guy who actually wrote his own song. So, Mike Posner. But I have to ask one thing. How much was Ed Sheeran bribed to write Love Yourself?
Whatever it was, it probably wasn't enough.
Well, he did it on 4 directions, so there's that.
And next, there is Record of the Year, which the nominations are... Wait, did we already mention the nominations for this?
No.
Feel like I've read this over. Oh, sorry. It's just that it shares some nominations with Best Pop Duo Group Performance. My bad. Yeah, you see how much commonality there is here, so I get lost? Yeah. So for Record of the Year, again, we have Hello by Adele, Formation by Beyonce, 7 Years by Lucas Graham, Work by Rihanna featuring Drake, and last but not least, Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. Meh.
Well.
And,
okay.
Last but not least, the one you've all been, air quotes, waiting for. Album of the Year. We have 25 by Adele, Lemonade by Beyonce, Purpose from Justin Bieber, Views by Drake, and the odd one out here, A Sailor's Guide to Earth by some guy named Sturgill Simpson.
Oh my god.
Now, it's no secret Lemonade is going to win this one, because if it hasn't been established yet, the Grammys are a measure of commercial success and pop cultural relevance instead of actual quality. And as anyone paying the slightest bit of attention can tell you, Lemonade was basically the only album that mattered in 2016.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, everything else was just, for their respective fans. It wasn't this big, grandiose, super gigantic, not promoted at all, but still lit the world on fire kind of thing. It was on HBO, for God's sake.
Did Adele get on HBO?
As far as I know, no, she didn't.
All I gotta say is this. As long as it's not just Bieber or Drake.
God. What weird hell have we fallen into where these two guys are contenders for Album of the Year?
Especially fucking Views, which I know that's sold a lot. It's one of the few rap albums that actually go platinum. Unfortunately.
Nothing against you guys, Canada, but you can take these two guys back at any time. Anytime.
Please.
Yeah, you can give me Bad Bad Not Good and Kitchenada. Give me those guys, because they fucking rule. But you can take them other motherfuckers back. Please. Take them back.
I guess technically I'm rooting for 25 to win, but again, as long as Views and Purpose lose, I'm okay.
Yeah. And I have no dog in this fight, so fuck it.
And so that covers the Grammy nominations for the 59th Annual Grammy Awards. Same as always, not much worth caring about, and a lot of bullshit. Which, I didn't even get to mention the most bullshit thing. Okay, so as we established, the cutoff date for this round of Grammy votings is September 30th. Now, you want to know what album came out, directly on September 30th that absolutely should have received a Grammy nomination, but fucking didn't? Danny Brown's Atrocity Exhibition.
Yeah, exactly. You damn about that shit. Because
that is fucking rap album of the year. Every song on that album should have been nominated for all the awards, at least the eligible ones, and they fucking didn't. This is bullshit.
that's more of a better experimental hip hop album than you know what. I ain't gonna
Better
say
than Life of Pablo.
Yeah, that. But yeah, like I said, the Grammys are weird.
My boy got snubbed, man. Just. And so that'll do it for this, little, quick episode of the Decibel Boost podcast. As always, we'll sign off with, where you can find us on the internet. So, Alex, where can they find you?
Or of Azure on the Twitter thing that people use. And that's about it.
Pretty much. Mark, what about you?
You can find me Maximal Media on Twitter, also my own site on hyper1.wordpress.com. Which, yeah, I'm doing a lot of shit.
It's true.
Anyway, I'm done.
Yep. And as for me, you can find me on Twitter at RobBarracuda. You can also find me on Instagram, AskFM at RobBarracuda. Also on YouTube at RobBarracuda, which is where you're probably listening to this. And while you're here, make sure you click subscribe as well as the bell notifications so you can always be notified when new episodes of the podcast go up. And of course, this is the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution, which you can follow on Twitter at Surreal Rezo, as well as visit the site at www.surrealresolution.com, and find us on our own subdomain at decibelboost.surrealresolution.com. While you're there, you can listen to, all our previously recorded episodes of the podcast, as well as listen to our gaming podcast, The Training Stage, in which our friends Tyler, Joey, and John give you all the goings-on in the video game industry. In fact, Alex and I actually appeared on an episode, which should be coming out hopefully sometime soon, in which we talk about the 2016 Game Awards.
Yeah, and it was pretty fun, with some pretty cool performances, as you mentioned earlier.
Indeed. So, keep a lookout for when that goes up. And while you're on the site, be sure to check out all our written, content as well. Alex, in fact, recently put up a review of Pokemon Sun and Moon, which you should check out.
Yes, you should, because I put a lot of work into that.
A lot of work indeed. And, while you're on the site, also make sure you jump into the Discord chat where you can talk with everyone on the site about everything from movies to film and anime and dank memes. Just the dankest kind. And so that'll do it for this week. Oh, and as always, shout out to producer Mr.E for graciously letting me use his music for this podcast. So, until next time, maybe one day the Grammys will get it right.
Not anytime soon.
Oh,